I already missed you so much. The last time I filmed the video was yesterday because I am doing my 2 weeks challenge. We're glowing up together. We discussing a lot of interesting topics, and if you watch all of those videos, I guarantee that your life is gonna become better. That's for sure. Someone asked me on Instagram very interesting question about the relationships and how to find the healthy ones and like what to do when every time you get stuck and you meet the same men, the same personality in different guys, and like how to break this pattern and finally meet someone who you love, meet someone who really matches your values and like who you are. Please write down below in the comments more questions, anything you're interested in, because I feel that soon I'm gonna run out of ideas. So please let me know down below in the comments. What do you think? What questions do you have? Maybe there are some specific situations that you would like to talk about. So let's get into it. I always, back then, when I'm thinking about all of my ex-boyfriends, I'm not gonna lie, they all look the same in terms of like the goals they had in life, the personality that they would give, all of those things that like really make the person this person. Now when I'm thinking about it and analyzing and like reflecting on my life and on everything what happened with me for my from my 24 years old, I'm honestly like, I really saw this pattern. And you know, the most important thing here is that if you have the same situation that every time like you breaking up, for example, and you're going on a few dates and you see that you attract the same exact type of people. Some people that you don't want to attract anymore in your life, but somehow they still being attracted. And sometimes you might not even realize that it's kind of the same person, like you're doing the same things, and you're gonna probably break up with this person for the same reasons you broke up with your previous boyfriend. So if you also have this feeling and question yourself like what's going on, why this is happening, I have an answer for you. And not even one, I have few answers. I have a lot of food for thought today for you. I had this problem in my life. Any friends, anybody with who I'm talking, they have this problem in their life. And I wouldn't call it even a problem, but it's just like girls in general do not understand what's going on, why this is happening. So I came here today, do this video. By the way, my name is Caroline, for once who is on my channel the first time. I hope this video is gonna help all of us, and we're just gonna shift something, do something about it, do exactly what I'm gonna say in this video to break this pattern, to make sure that this does not happen again, so we can be free from our own mistakes. So first of all, which is very important to understand, is that no one in this life comes for no reason. Because now when I'm thinking about my background, I understand that any person that came into my life, boyfriend, friend, teacher, anyone around me, any person who I met, with who I created deep connection, all of those people gave me something in the end. Every time I'm thinking about, oh, this relationship was bad, I should have not dated this guy, or this friend was not that honest because she was talking behind my back. Anytime when you caught yourself with this feeling and this thought, just understand that everything in your life, just think about it as inside of you, there's a chest, and this chest is empty. So every time when you have a new experience in your life, when you meet other people, when you connect with the society, when you connect with the world and exchange energy, you always get coins. So one bad relationship, it's not a mistake. It's not something very bad. It should not be something that you want to forget about. This part of you, first of all, because you chose this person, no one did this for you, and that was a reason for that. So that means that version of you who chose this person, she still lives in you. Yeah, maybe now you a next version, thanks God, because it's important that all of us always getting, you know, to the next level of our lives and like always evolving. But the thing here is that think about it as an experience, as a lesson, as a something that gave you this coin. So as many coins you have and you put in your chest, inside of you, in your soul, more coins you get, richer you get spiritually, because all of those coins equals to life lessons. You see, the problem here is not that some spiritual people or cool people or very rich people or those girls you watch on Instagram that you think have everything. The thing is not that they never had those situations. Everyone did in their life, because it's absolutely normal, because people are learning. The problem is not that. The problem is the mindset. And treating all of this as a catastrophe, treating all of this as such a horrible thing that happened to me that I want to forget about, something that, you know, I did not like, that I do not accept in myself. The right mindset is to think, thank you very much for this lesson. I learned it. This is very important to learn it, because if you do not learn it, girl, you're gonna get into this story over and over again. For example, as I said, I had it before. Like every new boyfriend, between them, it was such a little gap. I could not even think about myself, what I want, who am I, what I like. I did not even create any instruction from myself. I did not reflect on what happened and how can I make it better next time, how can I choose better person, how I can be better person, what I can give in a relationship. So I would just sliding from one relationship to another, and I just did not learn my lesson. I was staying basically the same version of me. Every time happened the same thing, just actors were changing, but the situation, the plot was not. And this is the biggest problem. Do not think of this happening as a problem. Think about what you can change the next time so you get what you want, so you get what you need. And for that, you have to be grateful for any lessons that you have in your life. Even if right now at the moment you think, oh my God, we just, for example, broke up and I was thinking that we're gonna have a family, that we're gonna have kids, that we're gonna marry, blah, blah, whatever expectations you had for this person, imagine right now, in this moment, this specific moment, since you're hyper-focused on that, you cannot see the whole painting. You're thinking all of this that I just said, but trust me, in 2, 5, 10 years, when you're gonna find someone who was really meant to be yours, who was meant to be for you, you would say, thank you very much that back then it happened the way it happened. Trust me, it always happens like that. I honestly 100% sure that in your life this happens as well. Might be not only in a relationship, but in general. This feeling of like, at first you think, oh my God, this is horrible, like it's done. My life is done. And when you give it some time, after that you understand, oh, that's why this had to be this way, because now I found better person right next to me, because now I found a better friends, because I got better myself, because I opened the door to the new society, to the new people around me, to new opportunities. So if you do not understand how good this thing gave you, even if ironically it was the worst day of your life or the worst situation in your life, even if you do not understand right now for what to appreciate it and thank it, trust me, you will with time. So this mindset changed a lot in your life. This mindset changed a lot in the person that you are. That you always collecting coins, as many coins as possible. So you grow spiritually. When you grow spiritually, you become different version of yourself. You're grateful for every person in your life. Grateful does not mean that you are taking any aggression. For example, someone is passive aggressive to you and you're like, no, but I'm so spiritual, I'm grateful, I'm not gonna reply. No, this does not mean that. You can still, like, if you feel anger, you have to let it out. It's not about being like a punching bag. This is more about your inner feeling of like, okay, if this happened to me right now, if I divorced or I broke up with this person, it's never my loss. Thank you very much for all of the experiments, for all of the opportunities that you gave me. I'm moving forward. And that means you moving forward without this person. That means that this person served you, served your life, served his purpose in your life. And he's not meant to go any further. The same as you are not meant to go any further in this person's life. And this is absolutely fine. This is amazing, honestly. This is a very good thing. I don't understand why so many people very sad about, like, this. For so many people, this is a sad thing to do. This is grieving. This, like, when something ends, it's horrible feeling. But try to see it as one door is closing, the new one is opening. And if you want to get and open as many doors as possible, get as many opportunities as possible, see this world, how big, how endless opportunities are in this world. If you really want to get there, then you have to work on yourself. Then you have to really reflect on what happened the last time. What did I not like the last time? What did I like last time? Create this instruction for yourself about like who you are, what are you doing, what are your values, how you want to be treated, and remember on this, practice all this on the new person that is going to come in your life, because all of the changes start from inside. It's not like this nice, cool guys or rich guys or ambitious guys or like anyone that you want, anyone that you think about as an ideal man, for example. It's not like they do not exist. It's just your amplitude, your energy, your field inside of you cannot attract the right people. It just cannot. It's on a different energetic level. Yes, they might not exist on your level right now, but it does not mean that they do not exist at all. And if you want to get there, you have to start with yourself. You have to start with changing this energetic level, with changing your values, maybe put your standards higher, learn all the lessons that were from the previous experience to make sure to not repeat them over and over again and be in this endless day that starts the same and ends the same. Also, one more interesting thought is that, sometimes even when we want something different, for example, we tell ourselves, okay, I do not want to have this type of relationship. I do not want to attract this type of guys. If you do not want that mentally, like you think about it, you know that it's not your values, you want to create a family, for example, you don't want to go on a million dates anymore, you don't want to do anything for fun, but somehow in your field, in your energy, area, somehow there's still only guys like that attract to you, and there's only specific type of people that being magnified to you. It's a very good question to ask yourself, what subconsciously I magnify? What subconsciously my energy says? That's very interesting to discover. That's very interesting to go in that and ask yourself about those things and understand why. And trust me, this is for a reason. Subconsciously for you, it might be something, for example, I don't know, secure, or maybe something how you did this before, you know how to do that. For example, go on a dates for fun and just experience different stuff, which is not bad at all. But if you switch to something different mentally, it does not mean that emotionally and energetically you switched as well. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting. If you have this pattern of that you changed, that you much better version of yourself, that you want something different now, you know exactly what you want, and somehow it still happens that you are not appreciating, that you do not want, it's a very good practice. I would go for that. I would see why my subconscious level, my energy wants that. Why does it seek for that? Why does it magnify such things? This all also depends very much on our beliefs and on everything that we grew up with, I would say. So, for example, you grew up in this family where, let's say, your parents were always working and they never really paid attention to you. They were emotionally very much far away from you. In this case, probably for you, subconsciously, you would think that, okay, you have to find someone who would be able to take care of you materially, for example, but you also think that it's not possible to connect material part of things, like a man who does good in life, he's successful, he's ambitious, he has his own business, he really loves the job that he does and he gets paid for it very well. You might not think that this could be existing together with the same man that could give you all of this attention, that could love you, that could treat you like your princess, that you could really build deep connection with this person. So I'm just like fantasizing right now, okay? Don't think of it as a real example, life example. I'm just fantasizing to explain you how that works, to explain you the system. So when you grow up, you might want a person who loves you. You might want a person on a different level, you know, you want to create with him like very deep connection, and you just want him to be this specific way, and like you just make this ideal perfect image in your head. But subconsciously you always attracting guys that can only offer you money, that can only offer you material opportunities, like everything that is connected only with material stuff, just because subconsciously your brain and you knew exactly how to act and how to live in this specific environment. So when you grow up, your brain wants to do the same, because our brain always does the easiest way. Like he does not care which is better, which is worse. He only cares about how to make it easy, how to make it functional, how to make it like super quick. Let me know down below in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about, because those things are so connected between each other. And as I said, subconsciously your thoughts and your energy might not match with logical part of it and with who you are right now, because you growing up, you getting better, you glowing, you learning about people, about environment, about yourself. And sometimes it might not connect. So to connect that, it's very important to be honest with yourself and explain those things to yourself. Think about your life that was before, like why are you magnifying this specific type of people? There's always a reason for that. This is not happening just because as I said, there's a million different people in the world, but somehow you only attract in this specific type. I had exactly the same thing. Like in my previous relationships, like it was all amazing. Honestly, I'm very happy, I'm very glad that all of this happened, because without all of this, I would not have what I have right now, which is like the best experience in my life, the best relationship I ever had. And to make them such relationships, we had to work on them, we had to talk about it, we had to put a lot of effort to build deep connection. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of different obstacles, a lot of different problems, issues that you might meet at your way. And this is absolutely like fine. That's okay, because you're two different people. There's no such thing as ideal person, because people are not perfect, but there is such a thing, ideal person for you. This exists, and for this to happen, for this to exist, to create those long-term relationships that you love each other, you support each other, you would always be with each other, does not matter in good or bad, it does not appear in your life magically, you know? You really have to work on that. You really have to talk with the person. You have to understand that it's not only your side of the game, it's not only you in this game, but also another person. So you have to make sure that you're both interested in working on this project, your relationships. Because honestly, for me, I treat my relationships as business. Maybe because my boyfriend, he's an entrepreneur, and everything is easier for him to understand if I'm speaking his entrepreneur language. So every time when we're talking about something, I say like, look, this is your second business, and it's not less important than the main business that you make. So if we lock it in, if we really want to make this work, if we want to have amazing family that loves each other, that supports each other, that has so much like, you know, love and enjoy this life fully, in this case, we have to really work on this. We have to really do something about it, because it's the same with any business. Business would not work if you just create a company, you know? So as I said, in my situation, for example, it somehow always happened that I was the one who is, you know, dragging the people. Like I would say, oh, do you want to find a new job? Or like, do you want to try something new? Or do you want to do this? Like, I would always be kind of a saver in the relationships. I would be the one who is like dragging everything on his own. And I always wanted more, and I always felt like too much, you know, for the people with who I was around. I want too much. I want to live in different countries. I want to make millions. Like, I want to have a big family. I want to live so wealthy and amazing, because, You know, I did not come from privilege. I came from a very normal, basic, family. So I always wanted something that I did not really see around me. Like around me, this did not exist. Every time I was expressing myself like that into the world, every time I shown how much potential I've got, how many things I want to do, how I'm so hungry for life, I always felt like it's dragging me down. People around me were not ready to do such a thing. And that's the thing, it's not their problem, it's their life could be so different. Like if you say your life is perfect and it looks way different from mine, and I also think mine is perfect, we are both right. There is no right or wrong here, honestly. Like it's only about if you're really happy with the life you're living, no questions at all. That means like, whatever you do, even if, I don't know, like you just sit at home and do nothing because you're a housewife, or maybe if you work on 10 jobs and both of you like what they do, amazing. The problem is not that. The problem only arises when you do not like, when you feel like something is wrong, when you know you can do better, when you know that you want other people around you. Then we work on this. Then we should not say like, oh, okay, sure, then I'm gonna eat whatever they give me and I'm just gonna sit here and like for the rest of my life put it all to trash. No, we do not do that. That's why you're watching this video. That's why I'm talking here as well, because all of us do not want to do that. Because the girls on the other side, I'm 100% sure you are not ready to settle for less. You want it better. So as I said, when I had this situation, I would start thinking like, what I have to change. Like I have to do something about it, because for people around me it's fine, it's okay, but for me it's not. And that was amazing when I finally found my real partner, my one and only love. And every time I would tell him, oh my God, you know what? I want to move there. I want to make this much money. I want to open this business. I want to buy a jet. I want to like have villas and like property in any country that I like. And instead of saying, I don't know, or like saying, oh yeah, that's cool, but you can see this feeling of person not really thinking that it's cool. He does not understand what you're talking about. Instead of that, he was like, yes, I want all of that too, and I want even more. And it's so important just to really meet your person in life. Trust me, this exists. Trust me, this feeling, you cannot mistake this feeling with anything. So if you going for a breakup right now, if you single right now and you thinking, oh my God, when it's coming, this perfect, amazing man for me, trust me, this exists. If you're right now watching this video and you in a relationship but you are not satisfied, also trust me, this exists, and this is the way it should be. At least for me, this is what I understand for myself for sure, that I could never be with a person who is dragging me down. I could never be with a person that does not respect me, that does not respect my goals, that is not thinking in the same direction as I do, that does not understand my values and he has it way different. Like this is just for me impossible. In my picture of the world and on my planet, this is not possible. On my planet, the relationship is something that you create. This is my biggest value. Love and family and loyalty, my biggest value. So for me, it's not such a thing. For me, it's only existing when you both love each other a lot, when you both realizing your potential, everything that you want to do in this life, everything that you think, everything you're dreaming about. It's not a dream, it's a goal, because everything is possible. This type of mindset, trust me, every time when you feel that you lost something, every time you feel that you maybe are not enough, maybe you're not good enough for this type of guys, that's so much better, blah, blah, just delete this. This is all like trash. I think in every video we talk about it, somehow we always come to this thought that everything around you that is like trash and dust and everything, this does not matter. What matters only the signal. What matters is only what you want to do, your inner world, for real. This is the third video in those 3 days, and somehow we come to this thought in every video. I think it's for a reason. So please stop thinking that something is wrong with you. There's nothing wrong. It just was another version of you that had to go through that had to survive this world. I don't know, this is how you learn to live it. It's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. What is the problem if you realize that and you're not doing anything about it? This is the real problem. Because if you realize that, stop thinking about the past, stop thinking about like whatever happened, just doesn't matter, okay? What matters now is that you put yourself together, you reflecting on everything what happened, you seeing the new version of yourself, you're writing down who you want to be, how you want to feel, who you are, what are you doing, where are you living, who is this person next to you, okay? And after you do all this, you go not only thinking about it and imagining it, but in the same moment doing the same things and settling for the same thing that you settled before. Instead of that, you go, you do, you get better, you learn more information, you become better version of yourself, better version of this woman that is inside of you. This is the most important person in your life, trust me. So please invest in this person, put as many coins as possible, because relationship could end. Everything around you, your relatives can die, unfortunately. This is truth. Your friends could leave you, they can betray you. Whatever happens in the outside world, there's only you who's gonna be with yourself forever, and all of those coins that you took from relationships, from your family, from friendships, from anywhere, from any interactions with the society, these are your coins now. No one cannot sell them, no one can borrow them, no one can get them, no one can steal them from you. These are yours. So it doesn't matter if a relationship ends, you still got so many coins from this relationship. You knew how to appreciate, you knew who you want to be, you knew your standards, maybe you like learned something new. There's so many things that this relationship gave you, even the shittiest one, trust me. There's still so many coins that you accumulate, there's so many energy that you accumulate there that stays with you. It does not go anywhere, okay? Even if you break up, even something happens, this does not go anywhere. You are going to be with yourself forever. So put as many coins as possible there. Get on the next level and one more, and be as much like very spiritual. This just helps so much. Just get to this spiritual level when you finally enjoy your life, when you finally feel amazing, when you finally have people around you that you really want to have. Because this is possible. But this is possible only if you go towards that. Only if you stop settling for less, if you stop and lower your standards, okay? This is happening only when you do actions towards it. That video was very long. I was telling myself, okay, if I want to make videos every day, that means I have to make them shorter. So like only one thought and like 10, max 15 minutes. But somehow every time I'm talking, I'm getting in such a flow. I love doing that so much. I hope you enjoyed that video as well. I hope after this, you're gonna go relax, enjoy your life, and think about how can I change it? What can I do to get better life for myself? We're not thinking anymore about how people are bad, how we all of this victim stuff. We're not thinking. We're thinking, okay, all of this happened, it's a fact, whatever, don't care. This is all trash, remember? We only thinking signal. Signal tells us we want better life. We want this, and that. We want to be this person. We want to feel this emotions. We will have this relationship. We want to get this specific type of treatment. This is what we focus on, and this is what we go towards. This is where we focus all of our energy. This is where we focus all of our potential, all of our time, all of our thoughts. They should all be signals. So thank you very much for watching. As I said, please write down any interesting questions or anything that is bothering you lately. That's gonna help you so much, trust me. Have a nice day and a beautiful present moment. I'm gonna see you in the next video, I guess tomorrow.